Hey all, Tony Bing here, hello and welcome to another guide video for Marvel Strike Force. Now in tonight's video we will be looking at different synergies that are available for teams in the game. Now you do have individual synergies between characters. For example, Quake works really well with Black Widow with the speed up and slow down, but for the purpose of this video we'll be looking at team synergies. Now the teams that are available, and I will actually put hyperlinks within the description of this video if you've got any particular team you want to jump to see them broke down, but the teams that are available are A.I.M, Avengers, Defenders, Guardians of the Galaxy, The Hand, Hydra, Kree, Ravagers, and then finally S.H.I.E.L.D. We do have a mercenary team, but really there's not enough that goes on with them synergy wise to justify actually covering them here. So first off we'll have a look at the A.I.M setup. Now the first thing I will mention about A.I.M is that actual visual design of them looks absolutely fantastic. I would say they're probably my favourite faction. They all look great, especially the A.I.M monstrosity. Now in regards to the actual setup here, you've got one named villain, that is Scientist Supreme, and then you've got 5 minions, and they cover each of the classes in the game. So you've got Brawler, Blaster, Protector, Support, and also Controller. Regarding how the actual synergy works here is you've got the 5 minions, they've got various different skills that when they cast them they will apply a buff and also a debuff on themselves. Now Scientist Supreme, her special, which actually takes 5 turns to charge, and this is really what kills this setup here, is that she can turn debuffs into buffs. So what you would do with your minions, apply all the debuffs and then have Scientist Supreme flip them all round into buffs. It's a very nice idea, but unfortunately because it takes so long to do that, you'll normally find that most of your team has been whittled down by that point. But the next team setup we'll look at here will be the Avengers. This team setup we look at here then is all really based around actual heroes. There's no minions included here because it is the one and only Avengers team. Now you've got one character that isn't available at the moment, but I'll include them on the list so you do know, and it's Nick Fury. So he is an Avenger, but he doesn't actually offer any specific buffs to Avengers. Now the characters that do and that really define the team are Captain America and Black Widow. So we'll start with Black Widow first. Now she offers on her special move, she's got the speed up, and that's for all Avengers allies, and that's fully upgraded to level 7. It will speed up for 2 turns, so that will really be pretty awesome there. You then have Captain America, and for Avengers teammates on his special skill, he can actually offer them 1 energy, and that can apply to up to 2 Avengers. But if you have a full Avengers team, he actually has a chance to apply energy to 1 to 3 random allies as well. So you could give 1 energy to all of your allies, or sometimes I've even seen it stack up but it's given 2 energy to a particular character, which can be really powerful if you're looking at maybe Thor or Hulk for example. You can get their big moves off right at the start of a battle, even more so when you're speeding up with Black Widow there. And on top of this, with Captain America's passive, he gains a flat 5% block chance, but as you upgrade that you can actually gain 5% block chance per Avengers ally. So you'll have up to 4 allies in total there, so you're looking at potentially a maximum 25% block chance, which is really pretty huge. Now next up anyway, the team we'll look at will be the Defenders. For the Defenders we have 4 members of course here. We've got Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and also Iron Fist. Now at the moment I personally don't have Iron Fist because he's really quite difficult to get. You either have to get lucky with a premium orb, or you can buy him every time he rolls round in the store. I'm trying to buy him in that way, but in the last, I think it's 2 weeks or so, I've only managed to get 10 orbs, so he's really quite difficult to get there. Now in regards to this synergy, you only have 2 ways that the team interact. The first one is with Iron Fist. If you fully upgrade his passive, you've got a 20% chance to heal Iron Fist for 15%, but you also heal a Defender's ally for 15% as well. You then have a synergy with Luke Cage, and it's not specifically with Jessica Jones that I find a little bit disappointing. I would have liked if that was in there. the way his synergy works with defenders is that when you upgrade his passive, you gain an additional 5% health for each member. So you have 3 in total at the moment. It's possible to attain. That's 15%. He gets 15% as part of his passive when you fully upgrade it, so that would make a huge 30% health increase in total. So you can make quite a tanky team because you've got Luke Cage with his huge health pool, and then you've got the chance of Iron Fist randomly healing him for 15% of that health pool as well. So it's a team worth checking out, I would say. Now next up we've got the Guardians of the Galaxy. So at the time in this video we're actually a little light on the ground in regards to the Guardians of the Galaxy characters that are available within the game. You've got Gamora, Rocket Raccoon and Drax. We're still waiting on Groot and Star-Lord. From data mines we can see that Groot and Star-Lord do have skills that will synergise with the rest of the team, but due to the fact these could be subject to change, I'm not really going to focus on them. What I will focus on is the one synergy that is available, and it's a pretty simple one. It comes from Gamora. Fully upgrade her passive and she would provide an additional 10% crit chance to all Guardians of the Galaxy. She also provides a flat 5% crit chance to all allies, so that'll make 15% additional at the moment for Gamora and Rocket as well. It can work especially good with Rocket, as his basic skill, which is a pretty hard hitting AoE, already has a 15% crit chance built into it if you fully upgrade it. So add on Gamora's 15% as well there, and that could really make a big difference. But next up, what we'll check out will be the hand team, and this team's pretty awesome. So this team Synergy is personally one of my favourites, and one that once I've maxed out my main team I'm going to spend a bit of time and try and max out this team as well, because it looks like they've got an incredible amount of potential with some great synergies. Now the way they work is you've got 2 named heroes. The first one is Elektra, then you've got Nobu. The main synergy comes from Nobu. He gives your team a 10% chance for a hand member to revive when his passive is fully maxed out. With Elektra, if you max out her passive, she has a 15% chance to revive. Add the 2 of them together, you've got a 1 in 4 chance of Elektra reviving after she's been defeated, which is really pretty incredible. Now the synergies don't stop there. You've got 5 minions as part of your hand team, and if we look at the hand archer specifically, he's got a synergy on his passive, in that for each hand member that's available it provides an additional 10% damage and 10% accuracy. Now because Nobu can summon hand characters, I'm not sure, and I don't know how you would calculate it to see if you're getting 10% damage from the summons as well. If you are, that would really be a game changer, because the hand archer has a great special which is an AoE that dispels. If you could get 10% from all the different characters on screen, which I suppose would be a total of an additional 9, yeah, it would be game over for the enemy. They had really a lot of potential. Next up anyway, we will have a look at the Hydra team. So at the moment for the Hydra team, it's quite a simple setup they've got. Now that most likely will change in time once Red Skull comes, if the actual skills and passives we've seen remain the same. They offer a lot of synergies for the Hydra team and could really make them pretty powerful, but as it stands at the moment, you've got your 2 villain characters. You've got Crossbones and Winter Soldier, and then you've got 5 minions. The only real synergy apart from them doing a ton of damage across the board comes from Winter Soldier. Now he can offer up to an additional 10% extra crit chance when his passive is maxed out there, and he also gets a 15% crit chance himself, so 1 in 4 chance to crit, and adding that 10% crit chance to the Hydra allies that already hit pretty hard as it is. So it's an interesting combination, but really until Red Skull comes out and his passives and skills are finalised, it's a team that I wouldn't focus too much on at the moment. Now next team we'll look at will be the Kree. So the Kree team is probably one that shares the most synergies within the game, but it's a team setup that I've not really heard anyone focus on, so I'm curious to see how it would work when the characters are fully maxed out. Now in regards to the setup, you've got your 2 main named characters. You've got Korath the Pursuer and Ronan the Accuser. With Korath, he has a special skill where he can gain an assist, and you've got an additional chance for that to happen to either mercenaries or Kree, because he's of both those factions. When you look at Ronan the Accuser, as part of his passive he offers 10% resist to all Kree allies, and also when you use his special skill Judgment, it will heal not only himself but his Kree allies as well, and currently that's for 4000 health and 5% of Ronan's health. That's if you were to max that out. When we look at the minions, there's 5 of them in total, and the basic attack on each of these minions has a chance of providing energy to your allies, so that can tie in really well with giving energy to Ronan potentially for that group heal. If you look at individual minions, you've got the Kree Royal Guard. Now, as part of his passive he gains 20% armour, but you can actually gain an additional 5% armour for each Kree ally, so that would mean in total you could bump that up to a whopping 40%. And then finally you have the Kree Noble, and they actually have a chance when an ally assists to heal that particular ally for 20%. So you add in all those heals, you add in the extra tankiness to the Protector, really could be an interesting team, and if anyone has dedicated some time in it, let me know in the comments below how you've got on. But next up, we'll have a look at the Ravagers. So we've got a pretty simple synergy setup here when it comes to the Ravagers, purely for the fact that there's so few of them. We have the one main named Ravager, it's Yondu, he's fantastic as you all know, and then the 3 minions you've got as well. You've got a tank, you've got your support, and then you've got a blaster class. Now the synergy comes from 2 different characters. You've got the Ravager Boomer, and on his passive he has a 15% chance to assist Ravager allies, and then you've got Yondu, and he casts his special skill, it will apply a fence up to all Ravager allies. So it can be pretty nice, but it's really quite a simple setup here, and hopefully we'll see an additional character added at some time and a bit more synergies going on between them. But next up we'll check out the final team synergy, and this will be the S.H.I.E.L.D members. For the S.H.I.E.L.D team then, we currently have 10 different characters, only 9 of them you can farm, because we're still waiting to figure out how we'll be able to farm Nick Fury, that will, by the looks of it, offer a heap of synergies, but again, because he's not available just yet, I'm not really going to focus in on him. Now the one synergy that is available, and it's not a lot considering the amount of characters there are, comes from Black Widow. She has a chance to provide speed up to all S.H.I.E.L.D allies. Yes, that can be pretty useful, but it's a pretty simple synergy setup. But to be honest, I'm not really complaining too much because it's a nice way to finish up the video, really. So as always, I do hope this particular video has been useful, and if there's any questions or anything else, feel free to ask, and I'll see you all again soon.